What's up, guys? Today we're going over a tier 5 sniper I randomly got dropped, and this is like the first tier 5 weapon that I've gotten that's actually legitimately good. Most of my tier 5 weapons just somehow dodge all of the good perks in the game, which is like pretty impressive considering that you have 3 in each column. And I wasn't even looking for this sniper, and I randomly got dropped, and at first glance I was like, just another bad tier 5 weapon. But then as I looked at it, I was like, wait, isn't this like the best energy sniper in the game? And it turns out it is. So in this video we'll be breaking down why that is, looking at all the perks, talking about tier 5 weapons, and trust me, whatever direction you think this video is gonna end up going, you're probably wrong. And like usual, I have a cat currently attacking me and meowing, so if you hear that, that is my cat. So this sniper is gonna be a 140 RPM void sniper, and with tier 5 everything is enhanced. So when I mean everything. The barrels, the mags, the perks, the origin trait, the mod, and the master work. Everything about this thing is completely upgraded, and it has a unique ornament. All of the solo ops and fireteam ops have the same ornament and a kill animation effect. And looking at this weapon in game, it looks like it's straight out of Call of Duty, to be honest, like a Black Ops weapon of some sort. And the animation is really cool. And the kill effect is kind of cool. It's kind of hard to notice, honestly. It's like this arc, almost like stasis-like effect. And the one thing I wish that was different about these ornaments was that I wish it was an effect on top of the shaders. Some of the weapons with shaders, with the ornament, you can kind of still see the effect. But on this one, as you see, any shader just kind of completely nullifies the ornament. So I wish it was an effect that went over the shader. That way everyone could have like still unique looking tier 5 weapons. But with this, I mean, everyone's just gonna look the same, right? But moving on and looking at the perks on this weapon for PvE, this will be mostly a DPS sniper, and as mentioned, probably the best one in energy slot. And looking at left column perks, you're obviously going to want triple tap. This will allow you to shoot off 10 bullets in a row, 3 from thin air, which is going to greatly increase your total damage, and decrease the amount of times you have to reload in a DPS phase, obviously increasing your DPS overall. Then in the right column, we're going to have 2 great DPS perks. The first one will be Precision Instrument, the second one will be High Ground. Then for general play, you could go Binary Orbit, so when you pull out the weapon, you have a 25% buff going, as long as you get a kill with like a Strand, or Stasis ability, or weapon in your top slot. So looking at the DPS on this weapon, my role is Triple Tap plus Precision Instrument, both of which are enhanced. And an enhanced precision instrument is actually going to go up to 30%, one of the highest buffs for a sniper, and definitely the highest in the energy slot. So looking at the damage and DPS of one mag, it's going to be 962 and 3700 total from the one mag. And now with High Ground, I don't have one with triple tap. I probably deleted multiple while grinding power, but just doing some math to convert it to a 10 mag with triple tap. So without that, just the one I have, the DPS is going to be a little over 1,000, which is quite high. But if I convert it to 10 shots, it's going to go down to 982. And the reason it's higher than Precision Instrument, even though it's a lower buff at 25%, is that obviously Precision Instrument has a scale, and it's going to be an average of 22 over the 10 shots. So the 25% of High Ground is on average a higher damage buff. And now looking at the 2 mag, so the 1 mag, reload 2 mag, with the Precision Instrument roll. Once again, on the second mag, you have to re-stack up to times 6, and the DPS will be 739. And doing the math for the High Ground roll, once again, it's going to be a little bit higher at 759, just because of it's going to be a higher average buff. So it seems like the way to go for DPS is High Ground. If you can be 3 meters above the feet of the target, that's all it requires for times 3 of the buff, and that's going to happen a lot more than you think. And if you can't, Precision Instrument is going to be the way to go. And either way, both these rolls are already better than any other energy sniper we have in the game currently for DPS. Was all of the previously great energy DPS snipers all had to use Focused Fury, which was only a 20% buff, and it required hitting half the magazine to even proc, so the average was actually lower than 20%. So this is by far the best DPS sniper in this slot. And just showing off how good the DPS of it is, comparing it to like the king of precision DPS right now, the Queenbreaker, and look at just the 1 mag number, shooting off a few shots, And looking at the DPS and damage on Carl, the DPS is going to be just over 1,000. And as we saw, the peak 1 mag DPS of high ground was just under 1,000. So for a special weapon compared to a heavy, that's really not that far behind. It is pretty strong. And this weapon also holds 31 ammo. Combine that with triple tap, it's going to do a lot of total also. And the thing about tier 5 weapons is that everything is enhanced, right? So when I first got this to drop, I was like, I don't have a mag increase perk. That kind of sucks because you want to get to 7, right? And without that, it's only at 6. So I was like, I have to really use my enhanced mod on backup mag, which still caps at 7 and does nothing else. I was like, that's pretty lame. But then as I read through all these different mods with the enhanced versions, Bandolier grants increased ammo generation and mag size. So with this, I still get the 7 mag, but now I also get increased ammo generation. I was like, that kind of doesn't do anything, right? It's a sniper. It's a 140 RPM. I'm not going to be using this thing for Ackler. Or am I? I have D-Stab and explosive payload. If I put on a void ammo generation, let's say like a special ammo finder, and maybe even like a void scavenger, it only takes like 4 or 5 final blows with this sniper to get a full special ammo brick. As you see below my ammo count, the green bar for the special ammo generation, it kind of just goes flying up on every single kill. And with the fact that you have D-Stab where one shot can kill multiple things, not only can you maintain your ammo with this setup, you actually gain ammo. So I went from who's letting me cook to wait, actually let me cook. So I can actually legitimately use this weapon for Ackler and not only maintain the ammo as I said, but actually gain ammo, and at the same time constantly spawn more and more heavy, put on a heavy finder also, and you'll be creating a lot of heavy for yourself. So like, it's legitimately not a bad option. And the Ackler is like pretty good. It's a D-Stab weapon, right? And when you get to the boss, you just swap back to triple tap and precision instrument or high ground, wherever you have. Then you also have like the best special energy DPS in the game. So I'm sure that's not what you expected from this sniper, but another thing that is a little bit more serious is the origin trait, which is enhanced, the Bray Legacy, where damage with this weapon generates an improved amount of ability energy for the one closest to a full charge. And just right off the bat, that seems to pair really nicely with Starfire, right? So normally with Starfire, just with this weapon, shooting off 1 mag of 10 shots with triple tap, I get like 60% of my grenade back, which is pretty good. And if I use Starfire and have the empowered weapon damage also, I get over a full grenade every mag. And these grenades do a lot of damage, as we've shown off in a few videos. So that seems like a pretty good pairing. But you only get the enhanced origin trait on tier 5. So yeah. So overall, when I first got this drop, I was like, oh, just another thing to infuse into whatever else I want. But then upon closer inspection, outside of me missing high ground in the right column, which I wish I did have, I have the second best DPS option, and somehow I kind of cooked up like a legitimately good Ackler build with this thing. And so I threw it on with my Verity's Handle Supernova build, and I was using my sniper for Ackler and my grenade for champion clearing, which is like the exact opposite of what pretty much every other build is, but you know, it works. So the dream, like tier 5 perfect drop would be triple tap in the left, then in the right, precision instrument and high ground. And then for the other perks, a bonus for like the giga perfect roll, I would want explosive payload and shoot to loot in the left, explosive payload for Ackler, shoot to loot to shoot the ammo that you create, and then the other perk on the right is D-Stab, and that would be like obviously not necessary at all, but that would be pretty cool. And I was going to talk a little bit about tier 5 weapons, but this video is already pretty long, so once again, I'm just going to gather all my thoughts on that as I get closer to 450 and probably make more put together videos talking about some of the positives and the negatives. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Definitely check out the sniper and hang on to a good roll of it. It's legitimately that good. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.